Hey. So it's the afternoon. We already went into town and walked around, went to the rubber duck store just to make sure that we absolutely didn't want anything out of there. Plus, we'd never been in there.
Yeah.
No. I think we went in the rubber duck store when Joe was here. But that may have been a different location.
No,
but
it was the same.
It was the same location? Okay. But anyways. Aaron's sitting at my computer because we figured out the problem. It's not the camera. It's not the memory card. It's not even the editing software. Although if you watch yesterday's video, you realize that I was on the right path, wasn't I, Aaron?
Yep.
I was on the right.
This is such a weird bug.
Okay. Let me finish this before we move on to that one. We're talking mostly about my computer today. So, I said yesterday, it feels like when the memory card gets to a certain point, it's like corrupted after that. And Aaron will agree, it's so much easier to buy a giant memory card than it is to replace a camera or get a decent thing.
Not just easier, but way cheaper.
Yeah, way cheaper. Like, a new camera could be hundreds of euros. A memory card would be like 15 euros.
Yeah.
But I got the thing this morning on that video. Both of my videos both of the softwares couldn't save one solid clip. But because Aaron had been asleep or working when I'd been saving the last videos, I didn't get to read off the exact error message to him and didn't understand it because I'm kind of computer dumb in comparison to Aaron. So what was happening?
Your hard drive was full. Absolutely packed full.
Yeah. It couldn't save because I reached the literal end of a 2 terabyte hard drive.
He has, after moving this week off of it.
Oh no, this whole year. I moved this whole year.
After moving this year off of it, he has 3.8 gigabytes free of 2 terabytes.
Yeah, so the hard drive that's in the computer is going to be removed because it's the big 2 terabyte one. The one that we just copied everything to is going to be put into the computer, and I'm going to start saving on that one because it's also a 2 terabyte. Basically, we got this because we knew it was coming to the end, and it's always nice to start a new year on a new hard drive. So what's this bug, and Aaron doesn't understand this, so I'm going to sit in his chair. So this has been happening for a long time, and I don't fucking care. I'm going to put you in frame. Whenever I close Adobe
Premiere Elements 2020.
It's just called 20. That's just the version number. No, it's 20.
Oh, okay.
There's no year on it. But yeah, whenever I close that, like I close out of the actual like starter menu, what does it do?
It opens the Arc launcher for Star Trek Online.
Reliably.
Like,
There are times where I have woken up so early and I knew I was going to be an easy video to edit that I've copied the file over, opened Adobe, edited everything necessary, uploaded the video, and closed Adobe so I could go about my Star Trek business because I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I had forgotten about it.
Because he doesn't have to deal with it. He wouldn't have to deal with it anyways because he doesn't have Adobe on his computer and he doesn't play Star Trek Online. But even if he did...
Yeah. But I closed the launcher and...
Well, here. Open the Adobe launcher. Like, close this, close the Arc thing.
And just to make sure, Arc is not open. Okay. Where is it?
One time it's not going to do it.
Yeah,
Boom.
2020.
Okay.
Okay. So, launcher.
And it opens the Arc launcher. It reliably opens the Arc launcher and I can start playing Star Trek from there. Adobe wants me to play Star Trek Online so badly. Even if I've done stuff that morning and played it. Even if I have Star Trek Online open. And I'm just editing the video, if I close out of the splash screen load-in thing, but not actually close Adobe, it'll still want to bring up the Arc loader to log into Star Trek Online.
It is so richly bizarre. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, the icons are next to each other. They're not from the same company. They're not... I don't know. I am totally baffled.
There was a coding TikTok I saw where it showed like the little Brio train, and it says the code, or my code, should be experiencing a bug, and the train goes doot 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 on the track, and then it turns at a Y and goes off to a point where there is no track, and it just keeps rolling around and ends back in on the other side and continues going around the track. But it just drove on nothing for a little while, and it was like how the code performs.
Yes,
that's what this is.
That is exactly this.
There's no harm in it. The train is not harmed. There's just physically nothing there, but it's following the right path. But there's nothing there we can see that's causing it to do that. It's like ChatGPT. We watched the 60 symbols or something on it, and the guy he goes, well, it got the right answer, but it didn't do any of the right work.
Yeah. And then another question from the same test. Oh, it did the process exactly right and got the wrong answer.
Yeah. but this was like, it was doing quantum level physics, not like basic stuff. Like writing an essay for a history class, it probably could actually feasibly do that one pretty well without much stuff. But no, Matt, we figured it out. It's my dumbass.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out why my camera was fucking up, or why the Adobe was fucking up. I'm just waiting for Adobe to fuck up one of these days. It's 2020. It's a 3-year-old program for Adobe, and everyone says like, how do you use Adobe for free? I'm like, I'm using an old version.
Well, no, Premiere Elements you can buy once. All of the Elements line you can buy once. If you want actual Premiere Pro, you have to subscribe.
But yeah, but that's why I use it. So Adobe, now here's the issue that I have, that I was noticing. The file was put onto the computer, but it couldn't save, and OpenShot would save progressively. So it would save this little chunk, save a little chunk, save a little chunk, save a little chunk, save a little chunk. Whereas Adobe wouldn't take anything because it goes save. And it doesn't save progressively, it saves en masse. So Adobe wouldn't save anything because it can't put what's in the RAM into the hard drive. Whereas OpenShot would gradually put things onto the hard drive and create an errored out video file because it didn't finish it. It didn't have, what is it? Is that just what it's on the packets and outro or something? Because there's like
it's end of file, end of message.
But yeah, it's that thing. It's that little thing that like curves off. It doesn't round off the file and say this is done, so it errors it out. So yeah. I'll probably use OpenShot. I dinked around on it a bit this morning, but it is clunky to use and doesn't use, like I said, doesn't use all of my processor. It uses 30% of my processor to save a video. Adobe saves tons faster. So I'm going to be continuing to use Adobe, but I'm not saying that OpenShot's bad. It just isn't able to utilize all of my resources, whereas Adobe can. And we have damn good computers, and if I can find, and if the program's going to utilize, do you want me to get out a can of air?
I don't want to go outside for it.
I'll go outside for it.
Okay, then yes.
Yay! I love dusting out the computers with the cans of air.